So take 3. Things get so many things get in my way when I'm trying to do videos sometimes. In this case, it was the internet being weird with me, a video popping up, and then a dog chewing on something she shouldn't have been chewing on. Not a good girl, Domino. Anyway, so this is pertaining to villains, characters that can show up in Wolverine 3. Now, spoilers for the post-credit scene in X-Men Apocalypse. I'm going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna do my hand thing when I'm done. I'm talking about the post-credit scene for X-Men Apocalypse. So, if you don't want to hear it, assuming you don't know it yet, don't continue on after this video for a little bit, and then I'll put my hands back up. Just mute it, and then I'll put my hands back up on it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm talking about spoilers. So in the post-credit sequence for X-Men Apocalypse, we see that after Wolverine has escaped, that we see suits and military personnel cleaning up the Weapon X facility, the bullets, all that. And we see guys in suits come in, basically look like they're businessmen, come in and take a blood sample of Wolverine. And the case is labeled Essex Corp. So, those right there, and, okay, so, hands up. Are you back? Did you unmute it? Okay. So, what that post-credit scene does imply, though, is that we are going to see Mr. Sinister in Wolverine 3. Because Singer even said this post-credit sequence, though, can lead to more X-Men movies, ties more than anything to Wolverine 3 and to Gambit. I don't know why. Gambit's kind of dead in the water right now. Let's shy away from Gambit. But Essex Corp, Essex, for those of you who don't know, is the last name of actual Mr. Sinister's actual name is Nathaniel Essex. And for those of you who don't know Mr. Sinister is, the few of you who probably clicked on this video, he's the man from actually the 1800s, back when Charles Darwin was posting his theories about about evolution, survival of the fittest, all that Darwinism. Well, he's a geneticist who was actually obsessed with mutation, and he actually had run-ins with Apocalypse, who eventually gave him abilities. Because he's not a mutant by nature. He's actually what's known as a mutate, which is someone who was given mutant abilities. Deadpool counts as a mutate. But he's got echelon abilities, enhanced physical abilities. I think he can do energy manipulation. I think he's got some level of telepathic abilities. He's got enhanced regeneration, longevity, semi-immortality. He can die, he just doesn't age. So he's got echelon powers, and he's obsessed with the Summers bloodline in the comics. He's obsessed with the child that they will create and things along those lines, because it'll be like some awesome experiment or something like that. He's obsessed with those kind of things. So it's interesting to see that this guy is going to possibly be one of the main villains for Wolverine 3. I hope at least one of the main villains, because if you have him in there just as a throwaway villain, that's stupid. Like, I want confrontations with him and Wolverine. Also, if he is in Wolverine 3, I know you got to adapt things, but when I look at him, I want to see Mr. Sinister. I don't want it to be just... I don't want it to be, hey, this guy's Mr. Sinister. He's got maybe like the little soul patch thing he's got going on. He's got a little thing on his head there, just about that. No, I want to see him pale. I want to at least see him pale-skinned, sharp teeth with the hairstyle, some kind of outfit like that. Because I believe he can also do some shape shifting too. So, I mean, he's got a lot of different abilities and stuff like that. So I do have hopes for Mr. Sinister. But what the taking of Wolverine's blood implies is that with a geneticist like Mr. Sinister, with a corporation, because this is hinting that he's not obsessed with the Summers line, he's obsessed with Wolverine's bloodline. I mean, we've seen that, like in the Wolverine, the Shingen was obsessed with Wolverine's ability to heal. Basically, his immortality, as I put it. He's not immortal per se, but he's near invulnerable in many regards. Plus, you can the adamantium skeleton, all that. So he's near a god in many ways because he doesn't really age. He can heal. He's near indestructible, basically. Unless you're going against someone who's got magnetism powers or metal manipulating powers, something like that. He's not invincible, but he's nigh invulnerable to many degrees. And those kind of abilities probably intrigue someone like Mr. Sinister. I can see why he would be the obsession of like a corporation to create something like him or along those lines. And when we're talking about creating something like him, X-23 is not just a possibility. It has been hinted at. It has been not even hinted at. It has been implied that Bryan Singer, I think, wanted to use X-23 at one point, like for the New Mutants, or someone, I believe it's Bryan Singer, wanted to bring X-23 in at some point. So it's not just because that was one of those things that I'm just like, Hugh Jackman is basically retiring the claws after this, unless something talks him out of it, which I don't think it will. It's got to be something amazing to talk him back into Wolverine. But Hugh Jackman's taking up the claws out of the third one. So what do you do while you're recasting? You make another Wolverine-esque character is what you do. And who better? There's two routes. I mean, we got Deadpool, but he's not a Wolverine-esque character. He's very much not Wolverine. The only thing Wolverine about is his healing powers. Because he doesn't have the same origin he has in the comics. You would go either Daken, which it doesn't look like right now it's sounding like we're going with Daken. Daken is legitimately Wolverine's son, who's a villain, and Wolverine eventually has to drown. That's a horrifying thing. You have to drown your own son in a puddle of all things. I mean, yeah, his son is pretty fucked up. But it's either his son, Daken, which doesn't look like they're going that route, or X-23, which is his illegitimate daughter, basically his clone. Is his female clone. And X-23 was introduced, ironically enough, in X-Men Evolution, the cartoon series. And then she became so popular. Hello, Domino. Yes. Do you want this? Do you want this, baby? Hold on. Domino, stop. I'm trying to help you. Okay, you want that? You want it? Okay, hold on. Look, I've got a board. I don't have a board. Domino has a board. She loves to play with things. Anyway. But she became so popular then. She has not been introduced, except in, the only other medium besides the comics she's been introduced in is the, Ultimate versus, Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3. Which, playing as her is pretty fun. But we have not seen her in it. No, I take that back. She was introduced briefly in, Wolverine and the X-Men. She was introduced briefly in that, and she was hinted at in Hulk versus Wolverine. She was shown as a test tube baby. But other than that, she's not shown up in any other medium. So to not only have her show up in an actual movie medium, but give her a live-action character that we could possibly base a spin-off of. You want to maybe do more mutant, like X-Force and stuff like that? Have her in there. She can be the Wolverine of that group when Hugh Jackman's done. She's got not only the claw... What's cool about it, she's got 2 claws in her hand, and she's got 1 in her foot. How that actually... I mean... I'm guessing bone claws manifest differently from kid to kid, so she's got a bone claw in her foot. That's pretty weird. But that means we can see Wolverine fighting off against his clone briefly, Lady Deathstrike style, basically. But because she's a kid, Wolverine would eventually win. Wolverine's just more physically powerful than she is. She's just got agility. I don't know how we'd see her develop as a character in this. That's interesting because we can get a whole new movie franchise from her. But also what's been hinted at is the Reavers. The Reavers have been rumored, not confirmed. But the Reavers essentially are cybernetic individuals who are mutant hunters. And when you're dealing with an Old West-style Wolverine, basically, that would be a very easy group to basically have him storming Essicorp to maybe find out about this illegitimate daughter of his, to maybe save her, all that. Professor X. I'm still until proven wrong going with the belief that he is Professor X, nothing more than a figment, not a figment, but he's not there. He's like an illusion. He's like a hallucination. He's like whatever is left of Professor X imparted into Wolverine's mind. He's passed away basically at this point, or killed. So Professor X just kind of be like, you need to embrace who you are, Logan. No, why am I going like, you need to embrace who you are? And maybe Wolverine face to just finally going, because we said we're finally getting that berserker rage in this movie. We are finally getting that. So, like the true berserker, like we got a spoiler, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got a glimpse of what we could really see in the Wolverine movie in X-Men Apocalypse in his one scene. That was pretty beast of what we saw in that scene. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, spoiler done. So that was pretty awesome what we got there. So if we can get more of that, but because it's an R rating, like complete another gore, carnage, true Wolverine style stuff, that would be pretty beast. As for Sabretooth showing up, he could. He's one of the characters you can use. I don't really know how you're going to use him. He hasn't shown up really in any medium since X-Men Origins, so, and that's not canon anymore. So I guess in theory you could have him show up again. I don't know. I mean, the only things that are canon really are First Class, Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse now. I'm going to assume the Wolverine movie is canon. The next Wolverine movie. Technically, the original X-Men trilogy isn't canon anymore. That's the thing. It's odd. It is, but you know what are you gonna do? But the Wolverine movie's not canon anymore. No, the Wolverine movies are actually canon anymore. But there's still fun elsewhere stories now. So yeah, the Reaver, Sinister, and X-23 characters that can show up. So it's an interesting set. I am really curious to see how this movie's going to play out. I believe they have started principal photography and filming on this already. So this movie's supposed to come out next year in March. When will we get a first trailer of this movie? God knows when we get a first trailer of this movie. Maybe attached to Doctor Strange. I could see that. Comic-Con could have something this year. I don't know for certain though. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Be back in a little bit with my X-Men Apocalypse spoiler review.